As I've gotten older, I'm dealing with more back pain, gut issues, and a lack of energy. I'm not doing the foundational habits to stay healthy in life, and I'm getting farther and farther from my goals and dreams. So today, I have an announcement.
Good morning, New York!
Okay, alright,
What?
chill out.
I always want to do that.
Why? Okay.
Tejas here is my roommate and my son, and he decided that maybe we should do a fitness transformation competition because he also has different health and fitness goals he wants to achieve, and if we can push each other and motivate each other to chase after them, it'll be very exciting.
How's that gonna help you with your gut health, man?
Great question. Like I said, I think fitness is the foundation to everything else. So if you're able to teach yourself how to live a healthy life in your physical body, you'll be able to teach yourself how to live a healthy life in your mental body, your spiritual body, and everything else above that. Within the 90 days, as we try to compete to see who can gain more muscle mass, 1, I need to make sure that I'm healthy. 2, I need to make sure that I'm eating properly, right? Nutrition and diet. So that's gonna fix my gut health. 3, I need a personal trainer who's gonna give me the right programming so I have the right form and I don't get injured, because we don't want that. 4 is sleep and recovery. I need to make sure I have the right tools to help me sleep the best I possibly can, as well as measure and optimize my routine throughout the evening. 5 is stress. So I need to make sure I'm minimizing stress, because if I have increased cortisol levels all the time, it's gonna be really hard to build muscle, and it's going to be really hard to fix all my other health issues. And 6 is positive social relationships. So I need to make sure that I surround myself with really positive people. Okay, so I need to go find new friends. I'm just kidding. He's probably the most supportive friend there is. That's why we're doing this competition together. Who do you think is gonna win?
Me.
Whoa, we're said with confidence and instant.
This body is so fresh, so healthy. It's just waiting to just like inflate with muscle. Yours is done, man. You're at the end of your career.
All right, these are my two friends, JC, Tejas. This is my son.
This is actually my friend Tejas.
This is my daughter.
You like squeeze it like this.
So this is the workout we're doing today, huh? One of the things that we're doing for this challenge is using an app where we're each getting a personal trainer who's going to customize our workouts specific to us and our weights.
Recovery day, because tomorrow one of us is running a half marathon.
Mile 13. Still walking, but I'm going to run the last 0.1. We got this.
Instead of coming to the gym and being like, all right, either figuring out the workout myself or whatnot, it's like there. For example, we have this half marathon coming up, so a lot of the exercises were just mobility focused. After tomorrow, we start our 90 days, and our goal again is to gain as much muscle, pound for pound. My job requires me to travel a lot, and one of the things that I've always struggled with is being consistent when traveling. So it's nice that I basically got to input all of my hotels and events for my upcoming travels, and he is looking at gyms and workouts I can do for them.
That's
for when I'm,
really cool.
yeah.
So whoever wins this competition has to pay for flights to Copenhagen for the other person. Yeah. My 6 rep max is 255 and Tejas is
115.
Since my lower back has been hurting, my coach customized a workout today, which is just lower back stretch. It's going to show visuals of what I need to do. I can press play. 30 seconds. All right, Tejas, what do you think are going to be the things that are going to hold you back the most?
From March 1st through March 13th, which is 2 weeks of this 90-day challenge, I'm gonna be gone. When it comes to a 90-day fitness competition, it's not very easy.
You just got to chase after your goals no matter what.
Yeah. And the second thing is gonna be diet. I think I've figured out a way to get that under control more, but it's very expensive.
Why is it so expensive?
You know, we're using the delivery apps, which, like for food, like groceries, and yeah, it's only like $2 for delivery, but I'm noticing that the prices they put on the food there is way more. It's hard for me to get in like the 160 grams of protein too.
It's a lot of requirements you got there. JC, you get in all your protein?
Okay, breakfast, I have 50 grams of protein because I make protein oats, protein pancakes, protein pasta. There's like such easy ways to get it.
Part of this challenge is learning how to cook.
The fridge is only ever filled with liquids. Just like,
That's probably why I'm having a lot of gut issues.
I don't understand. Like, where did you...
Okay guys, who has the most amount of muscle here? So diet is something we're gonna work on in these next 90 days, eating whole foods, not just protein shakes 24/7. So we'll do that when we get home. I'll show you what that's like.
Thanks, Shervin. You don't cook.
We're gonna figure that out today. I mean, in the next 3 months. Now, there's just been a few months later. We are back home in the kitchen, and I'm gonna talk about diet and nutrition. Now, fun fact, if you don't know me, I absolutely dislike eating. If there's one thing I could program my body to do, that would be not to eat or use the restroom. We have to do it like 3 to 5 times a day. It's just a lot of work. So the question then becomes, how do I optimize my eating so it takes the least amount of time, the least amount of money, ideally as possible? Now, when I was in college, the easiest thing was eating frozen food. You just grab this out of the freezer, put it in the microwave, and then just eat it. But this is absolutely not healthy. So the goal is not to use the microwave ideally if possible, but I did have someone introduce me to microwaving sweet potatoes, so that's the one exception. Just put this in the microwave for 6 minutes, wait for it to cool down, and you're good to go. I think that's relatively healthy, right? And then the next step is I got this really cool technology. It's like a smart oven, and it's called the Brava. What it does really well is it shows me the time. And it has a touchscreen here, so I can go ahead and find all the foods that I really like. So I'm about to cook some salmon with asparagus. I can go ahead and tap that, and I can cook both things at the same time with the least effort possible. There's a little thermometer right here that I'm gonna actually plug in. It's kind of a hassle, but it makes it a little bit easier, so I don't have to worry about, did I cook it long enough, because I don't know how to cook. Because this is an easy bake oven, you just take this, you put it in with the plastic. All right, I'm kidding, it's not that easy, but it's still relatively easier. I'll have a full video on how I actually make all my meals with this coming soon, so turn on your notifications. And while you're at it, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Shervin Shares. But my options really are frozen food, which I don't wanna do. Meal prep, which I've tried, but I've noticed when I'm wearing a CGM that most meal prep services just aren't that good for me. And 3, like my goal is to eat more whole foods. How can I eat food that comes fresh, you know? Although the salmon was frozen and defrosted. And although I really dislike cooking, I'm pushing myself to do this more often because maybe it'll make me a more viable mate. You want to hear my mating call? Salt going on the sweet, sweet salmon that I'm cooking you for dinner, honey. I'll buy some asparagus from the grocery store that's like ready to go. And although the thing says salmon and asparagus, I like to be naughty and I'll put a little bit of mushrooms as well. I'll have the Brava oven linked down below if you're interested in buying one. Cole, what do you eat for lunch and dinner usually?
Chipotle.
What else? When you're making food at home, what do you make at home?
Ramen.
Ramen. Bro, what are you doing?
Bro, you're the one that doesn't want to cook. I don't want to cook either.
So what if this took you 5 minutes?
Yeah, but it's more work.
I didn't have to chop it up. I just rip this open, I plop it on, I take the salmon out of the bag and I plop it on.
But how much does this meal cost?
I don't know.
Try $1.
How much does your health cost? Top ramen is probably the easiest meal to make, but if we can make this almost as close as top ramen, then that'd be nice, right?
That would be nice.
So now I just put it on the plate, I put the peppers in, and now we'll slide it on. And this was the easiest thing to top ramen, because I was also a top ramen guy like Cole.
Chef Shervin over here making dinner for y'all. This is how you make dinner on a budget.
Look at that, it's got a cool little camera that I need to clean. But if it was clean, you could see it cooking. Part of diet nutrition is not only just eating food, but also hydration. I've been trying to not only consume enough water, but also electrolytes. So I'm experimenting, you know, we got LMNT here, trying out this new BPN, electrolytes as well. It's more flavored. Anytime I work out, I try to put electrolytes in my drink. If you're an athlete and you're making food at home, you might not be getting enough sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Try to consume as much of that as possible. And I just douse all of my food in Celtic sea salt, because supposedly that's good for you. This is like Gerolsteiner. It's like mineral water with calcium, magnesium. I kind of like it. It's bubbly and it's good to have some extra minerals. And then as you know, I am an absolute caffeine addict. One thing I've been trying to do is track my caffeine intake. So I typically like to have like an energy drink or a cold brew. And these things have 200 milligrams of caffeine in each of them. So the goal here is to minimize and cap my caffeine at around 400, ideally 200 milligrams per day. But I know if I do drink caffeine, I need to add more electrolytes and more water those days, which I guess would be every day. And then I'll buy these Gatorade Zeros. I know it's kind of cheating, and I'll refill it with tap water. Sue me. We tested our water and it's clean. A video on that coming soon. So we got a workout routine down, nutrition and hydration down, and the next thing is stress. Look at me, guys. I'm a vlogger. What am I doing with my life?
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it out loud.
Being a full-time YouTube creator in the most expensive city in the world is stressful. I have like 4 part-time people that help me make these videos, so I gotta pay them, I gotta pay my rent, I gotta pay for my groceries, and I gotta pay for my excessive purchases of all the camera equipment that I buy, because I have a problem. So when I get those credit card bills, I get stressed. The reason that it's important for me to reduce stress is very hard to gain muscle, and it's very hard to adapt your body if you're highly stressed, right? I want a good testosterone to cortisol ratio. Like I said, I'm lazy, so doing breath work or any kind of exercises, like this stuff is hard. I sit there and I look at the screen, I'm like, I don't wanna do it. Maybe you can't relate. Good for you, you're motivated, ambitious. Oh, baby, look at this food. I actually cooked food, guys. Luckily, inside of the Whoop app, as well as on YouTube, there's free videos that help reduce stress. And science has shown the physiological sigh, which is just
which is just a breath in and then a second forceful breath in and then a slow exhale. Can help reduce your stress levels. And 2 is NSDR or Yoga Nidra, non-sleep deep rest. And I actually love doing this at night or anytime I'm kind of like sleep deprived. It doesn't fully fix my issue of being sleep deprived, but it helps me kind of calm down, helps me fall asleep, and it helps kind of like reset my day a little bit. Look at this plate. That's just green, it's pink, it's beautiful, and it's ready to eat. Okay, so now I'm gonna munch on this and watch my own YouTube videos because I'm full of myself. Siri, play Shervin Shares on YouTube on Living Room TV.
Sorry, I couldn't do that.
Maybe not.
Launching YouTube.
And then we'll go to bed and talk about sleep. Welcome to Shervin's OnlyFans. Sleep and recovery is critical, absolutely critical to any kind of fitness, right? You need to be extra to sleep so you can recover. And that's why I'm going to try to minimize my social media use while I'm in bed. Get out of here. Dim the lights. I've got smart lights here, so they're gonna turn kind of reddish here. It's gonna help me fall asleep easier. I've got some blinds. Siri, close the blinds. And that's gonna make the room pitch black, so that way it's really dark in here. And I think that's the best way to stay asleep. Or you could wear a sleep mask. I just like don't like having something on my eyes. So having this smart blind would be extremely valuable. Maybe I'll do a little smart bedroom tour. Oh my God, everything's red now. Oh, baby. Good night. And I'm gonna be wearing every single sleep tracker that I can find just because every wearable is wrong, but some are helpful. But I can aggregate all the data and get an overall sense of how I might have slept. And then I'm definitely using the journaling feature on my Whoop strap that's gonna just help me understand, is my weighted blanket, is the 8 sleep, and is darkening the room improving my sleep or hurting my sleep? I think we've had enough of the red light district here today.
For what time?
Siri, open the blinds.
For what time?
God damn it. This is the other issue. If you have a smart home, not everything works 100% of the time. Oh, I pressed the open button and now the blinds will open. Thank you, IKEA, for finally working. Siri, bedroom lights white. But I think one thing I really do need to improve on is having a consistent sleep schedule. I have always struggled with that because, you know, maybe you're super excited about a project and you want to stay up and work really late, or you ended up scrolling through TikTok all night long. I've done that way too many times, and I found an app that can help block that. Video coming soon. Or there's a social event going on. Maybe friends want to grab drinks, grab dinner, right? All these things can throw off my sleep schedule because then I can't hit my 10 p.m. bedtime and it ends up becoming midnight or 1 in the morning. So one thing I'm gonna try to do is have a consistent sleep and wake schedule 80% of the time. You know, we don't have to be perfect because if I don't hit those numbers, I'll get stressed out, and then that makes point number 3 extremely challenging. And then just using technology that requires the least effort, no effort possible to make my sleep better. So like the 8 sleep where I can just sleep on it and it tracks my sleep and it cools my bed. Essentially no work that I need to do to make it add value to my life. Of course, I'll be sharing future videos dialing down the specific of each one. What technology did I use? How did I use it? What worked and what didn't work when I'm trying to optimize that specific area of my health. So make sure to turn on your notifications to see those future videos. Now let's talk about the last and final point, number 5. All right, how do we get this? Positive social relationships. So just surrounding myself with people who are positive and bring good energy in my life. Like Tejas. Tejas? I guess he left. Colt? Colt, you there? Let me just put you down here and cry myself to sleep. Oh! What timing that was!
Doing it on the floor.
But I think it's important to make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who energize you and excite you and believe the same values as you. You become more like the people that you surround yourself with. So if your best friends are publishing content consistently, you're gonna publish content consistently.
And if they're not, then you're not.
Colt's gonna publish some videos. Go check out his channel below, right, Colt?
Hey, yes, thank you.
But remember, just like this balance board, life is all about balance. I'm not gonna be able to do everything, but I'm gonna try to do 80% of everything. Since you enjoyed this video, turn on your notifications down below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's be friends. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I think that was it. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope that was interesting. Do you think that was interesting?
No.
All right, well, let's just delete the footage then.